Welcome to today's episode of the Africa Building Hub Show. Today is the second day of the month of February. Happy new month to you who is watching. Now, I want you to comment where you are watching from. Really important to us. Where are you watching from? Today's discussion is going to be super exciting. So let's run you through the format of the show. First of all, we are going to look at this question of the day, and we are going to see what this particular subscriber sent us on TikTok or Instagram. She has a very serious dilemma that we need to help her to solve. Now, apart from that, we are also going to look at some trending news when it comes to the real estate and construction industry in Ghana. And then we are also finally going to talk about the deportation which is happening in the US, what the impact on the diaspora is going to be. So first of all, let us start with this trending news from the Ghana Standards Authority. They issued some guidelines on cement use for construction. And it says the Ghana Standards Authority has specified the appropriate type of cement for construction projects to ensure structural integrity and safety. Now, this came about because a lot of people are not using the right type of cement for their building projects. In fact, some people start with 32.5 and end with 32.5. Today, we are going to see what the Ghana Standards Authority is recommending. So let's get straight into it. These are the various cement types and the application. So maybe you can read for us.
So we have the porcelain limestone cement, the 32.5R, and the porcelain composite cement, which is still the 32.5R, and is recommended for general construction tasks, which includes plastering, masonry work, and screeding.
So if you are doing plastering, masonry work, and screeding, you can use the 32.5R. This is the Ghana Standards Authority.
Yes.
Now, it is suitable for producing concrete products. That's the 42.5R.
Yes.
Such as building blocks and pavement blocks. So the manufacturers of blocks, please, if you go to purchase blocks, I think it's good to ask the manufacturer if they are using 32.5R or 42.5R. Now, this is also very important because nowadays, when it comes to the flowing of buildings, many people are shifting from the slabs that we used to, right? The iron rods, the cement and stuff like that, the decking stuff. They are going for these new ones where they put some block and beam and then they cast the concrete on it. So it is really important that if you are going for this, make sure the person who is molding the blocks is using the right type of cement. So what about the 42.5N?
So we have the porcelain limestone cement, which is designed for ready-mix concrete productions and high-rise building construction.
So if you are doing a high-rise building, construction, don't use 32.5R. This is Ghana Standards Authority.
Yes.
Now, it's also important to mention that we have a team from the Africa Building Hub community who are live on this chat. You can also join at any point in time using the link which has been shared in the chat, right? So that you can also share your thoughts. And we are grateful to everybody who has, requested to join this live to share their thoughts. So just keep commenting where you are watching from, the grade of cement that you are using for your building project. Is it the 32.5? Is it the 42.5? What are you using? And do you agree with the Ghana Standards Authority? For me, I kind of don't agree with them.
Why?
Because when we used to do our TikTok lives, right, we had one person from government who joined and said, the Ghana Standards Authority, they are supposed to make recommendations, but they don't necessarily enforce. So they can say cement is supposed to be 42.5, but they don't go and check to see if it's 42.5R. So if you are purchasing from any particular brand, you are essentially on your own, or you are responsible for whatever happens to you. They are giving the guidelines, but whether the people are mixing the right materials and things in Ghana, the enforcement part
it's not there.
It's not there, and it's very weak. And that's why, for me, I think we also need to look at what is happening in America.
Yeah.
Because speaking of enforcement, in America, enforcement is big.
It's working.
Yes, it's really working. And what has been trending this week is the fact that the Trump administration is set to deport thousands of illegal African immigrants. Now, this is affecting us. This is Africa Building Hub. We are creating a community of people who want to build, buy, and rent in Ghana. But we believe whatever we are sharing is applicable to any country in Africa, right? And if you look at the news item, it says Ghana is included, right? So I'm going to pause the screen right here. Good. So African countries with the most deportees: Somalia 4,090, Mauritania 3,822, Nigeria 3,690, Ghana 3,228. This is serious. And all these people were earmarked from November 2024. And I've been watching a lot of the videos this week. It's sad. Like, there are black communities where it has literally become like a ghost town.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Everybody's hiding. And
because
it's sad because, you know, many people are like selling their properties, their cars, going through all manner of means just to leave Ghana and to go to US, which has been seen as like the promised land,
greener pasture.
And now this is coming up. Now it started with like they were deporting people who were causing crime, like criminals. So the main targets were people who were involved in gang-related activities, drug trafficking, human trafficking, murder, burglary, and rape, and all those things. But now the worrying concern is that whereas in the past it was for, you know, these kind of crimes, they have defined it that if you enter the country illegally, whether you've committed a crime or
not,
as
long as you are not documented,
if you are not documented, you are a criminal. And that puts the scope of people who are involved, like it has increased the scope. So you could say, oh, I'm in the US, I'm living a very clean life. Maybe you are even a medical doctor or a nurse. A lot of Ghanaians are caregivers and stuff. But by virtue of the fact that you entered illegally,
you are a
criminal, and they are going to deport you, even if you are living right.
What are your thoughts? Do you actually think like is the right thing to do? Because then again, you entered the country illegally. You may be doing like the right things, right? But your process as to getting there is what is causing you the problem. What do you personally think about it? Should you overlook the fact that maybe he or she is not a criminal, but they are doing right as in helping the country? Or like, what do you think about it?
Yeah, so I think that, and I want everybody who is watching to also comment, and very soon we'll move to our live interactive audience, right? But for me, I feel that once the person has a clean record, at least you should give the person a second chance. No, especially if the person is contributing positively to the economy and the society, right? Maybe the person is a nurse, the person is in computer engineering, whatever. Give the person a chance, construction and all those things, right? Because when you look at the general demographics of people in Europe and the Americas, there are lots of older population. And when it comes to skilled labor, usually a lot of Mexicans, Indians, Ghanaians, Chinese are the people that they use for construction works and stuff like that.
Hard labor jobs.
Exactly, right? So I think they should reconsider this and stop targeting people just because you are in the country illegally, but you are not doing the right thing. At this point, I want to move to the people who are on the live, right? So if you're on the live and you want to, you know, share your thoughts, just let me know. Let me just go around. Akosia, do you have any thoughts on this topic? You can unmute and share your thoughts. And again, let us know where you are watching from as well, Akosia. Hi, Akosia. Okay, so if Akosia is not ready, Mark, are you there?
Benjamin has it.
Yeah. Okay, Benji, you have your hand up. Okay, great. So you can unmute and then share your thoughts, Benjamin. Okay, so Akosia says she doesn't have any thoughts on the immigration topic. She's watching from China. Good to know. So Benjamin, you can unmute now and then share your thoughts on the topic, please. If Benjamin is not able to unmute, can we have Mark? If not, we go back to, talking on the live itself. Okay, so I'm not sure Benjamin or Mark. Dawood, do you have any thoughts on this? Okay, so somebody is joining to talk on the subject. So we have Saeed. Hi, Saeed, you are welcome. Do you have any thoughts concerning the topic that we are speaking on, the immigration issue, and how it's going to impact Ghanaians in the diaspora and Ghanaians who are coming? If you have any thoughts, you can unmute and share your thoughts. If not, we will proceed with our topic and then go and listen to some of the things that we have heard, right? So Saeed, if you are there, you can speak. If not, we proceed. Now, if you are joining and you are wondering where everybody is coming from, we have our community. So you can see the QR code on the chat. So you can just cut this QR code to join the community. And again, if you're enjoying this content, please like, share, subscribe. It tells YouTube that this content is worth watching. Now, whilst we wait for our panelists to come in and share their thoughts.
Well, even before that, there are some people in the group who shared some messages. And then one of them said he's yet to see Ghanaians who have actually been detained and deported. And he says most of them are speculations, according to what he knows. And then he said, there's another person who says, when the lists were being shared of the fact that Ghanaians led a global number of deportees, he says he wonders how that is statistically possible. Right?
No, so we've seen that list that came out initially was 6,000 Ghanaians. It's not true. Let's read some of the comments in the YouTube live. So Whitney says, I'm watching from San Antonio, Texas. So Whitney, are you a Ghanaian or are you a Black American or an American? And what are your thoughts on this topic? Now, Charles says, I'm watching from Birmingham, UK. Charles, let us know what your thoughts are on this particular topic as well. Scripts and Life says, watching from Accra. Frank Ankara says, greetings, family, joining you from Maryland, USA. Welcome, so, Frank, what's the mood like? What's the mood like in USA with everything that's happening? And then Patrick says, Ghana can also enforce their laws. I agree.
That the people who are here illegally as well, right? We take them out.
No, but I'm not sure he's talking about that one. I think maybe with regards to the cement and the Standards Authority.
Right. Patrick, please clarify for us so that we know exactly which one you are letting us know.
Yeah. Okay, so there are a lot of people watching from the USA. So those of you who are watching from the USA, what's the mood like in your state where you live and all that? Are you concerned about being arrested as an immigrant, or you don't have any such fears once you have proper documentation? Let us know what the mood is like. And if you also want to join the live chat, you can just come in and unmute and then talk to everyone who is watching so that you also share from your perspective. We want to hear your voice, so join the live chat and share. Now, on your screen, you can see this topic or this question that we got. And for me, this is one of the most emotional comments that we've gotten, right? He says, hello, please, I need an advice. I have an uncompleted 5-bedroom around Amasaman. Now, I'm at floor level. That's a 2-bedroom down and 3 up. So 2 bedrooms downstairs, 3 upstairs. But I want to desperately move from where I stay now, which is a family house. Right. Thinking of getting some plywood and build a small place, but I'm pregnant and I'm financially down. Should I go rent or build some small place with some plywood? And how much would it cost if I should build that place? Or I should get a container house for the meantime? If yes, how much? I mean, when I read this message, I was so concerned because, one, pregnancy is a very emotional period. It's a very difficult period for most people. And she lives in a family house. And I don't know what the situation in the family house is
like, yeah.
for which reason she wants to move out
from
so
the house.
desperately immediately. We don't know what the reason is,
Yeah.
but she has started a 5-bedroom project. She's not completed it. She has 3 rooms upstairs, 2 rooms downstairs. And because she's not completed it, she can't move into it. Her money is gone. She's emotionally down. And she wants to get the cheapest way of getting something and moving in.
But that's a lot.
So I want the people who are watching to comment, what is your advice that you are going to give? Because I've told her we are going to do this live. So she would be reading all your comments.
Yeah.
And for those who are also on the live stream, right, I want you to share your thoughts. So if you have any advice for this community person on Instagram or TikTok who sent this DM message, please unmute. Akosia, is this something you can advise on? I mean, have you been in such a situation where you needed to move out of family home, or from a woman or female perspective, what would you advise this sister to do?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Akosia. Please proceed.
So I would suggest to her to endure whatever is going on in the family house until she has given birth, and then afterwards she can decide on how to get her house completed. Then she can move in.
Okay, so Akosia, you are suggesting that she endures whatever challenge or hardship she's experiencing till she's giving birth.
Yes.
Wow.
But how about how that affects her emotionally?
Yes,
Like
because
the-
if she's
the-
so
the
desperate, it means
mental
that maybe
state
there's some
she's
serious,
in.
maybe persecution or some conflict situation
yeah.
going on, right? And she needs to move.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not so easy to the way she's talking, she's financially down, and I don't know how she's going to come up with that kind of money to get the woods and everything for the uncompleted building. So if she can save, and remember, there's a baby coming, so I don't know. She's going to do it. So if she can get somebody she really trusts at home, then she's okay. If she can get somebody living with her at the family house, then she will be okay to wait for a while, please.
So you are saying if she can get someone she really trusts, then she should wait
Yes.
for a while. Now,
Yes,
in this
please.
question, right, we see
Yeah.
some of the concerns that we've been raising for a very long time on this channel. One, don't build big houses.
Yeah.
Because this 5-bedroom house, if she had done just 2,
Yeah.
she could have completed by now
Yeah.
and moved in. But unfortunately, she is in that situation where she is not able to move in.
Yeah.
And all her money is gone into it. And she's literally broke with a pregnancy about to give birth and all that. So one, if you are just watching this video, as much as possible, though you have your dream house and you have your plan for your dream house, what we would suggest is start off with something you can complete.
Yes.
Even if it is a 1-bedroom that you can complete, complete it and move in. When you make more money, then you can build your dream house, right? But what I've seen, the mistake a lot of first-time builders do is they want to start off with their dream house.
I mean, who doesn't want to,
Yeah,
start?
but you see, the Bible says that which of you planning to build a house will not first of all sit down and count the cost. Because you see, life, sometimes unplanned things happen.
Yeah.
I remember when my dad got sick, and he was sick for over 6 months.
Yeah.
I had a lot of money saved up that I wanted to use for something. But then now all the money went into
the
hospital bills,
stuff, yeah.
admission, and all those things.
So it means all your money.
So you could plan and have even enough money to build a 5-bedroom house. But because it is life and things happen that you don't really have control over, try to do like the barest minimum that you can do and move in.
Okay, so how about, say you're building the 5-bedroom? That's your dream house, right?
Yeah.
Like you were saying. So in the 5-bedroom, you complete 1 room, right? So while you have completed that room in your 5-bedroom, even if anything happens, you still have that 1 room which is completed, which you can still be in.
Yeah, so I think that also makes sense. But you see, the challenge then is that you are living in an uncompleted building. It's a construction site
Yeah.
if you do decide to move on. And when you continue, carpenters are coming, it's a bit uncomfortable.
So in the
Your
likely event,
privacy, your security,
Yeah.
your safety, and all those things.
but in the likely event where you have done that and you have reached a pause, there's no carpenter that's going to come at this point because
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you have paused,
Yeah,
right?
but you see, the work of the foundation for a 5-bedroom house and the flow that you are going to do
Yeah.
could complete a 2-bedroom
Two-bedroom
house.
house.
That's
Okay.
the angle that I'm coming from. I don't know
Okay.
if anyone else on the chat agrees or disagrees. We have Building Ghana's Future has joined. You are welcome. Mark, are you on the call now? Benjamin, I see you've unmuted. You can share your thoughts on the topic as well, on the question that this colleague has raised on Instagram and TikTok. So, Benjamin, if you are ready to talk, you can do so now. If not, we can move to the next person who is ready. Building Africa, are you ready? Building Ghana, are you ready? Can you talk? Just introduce yourself and where you're watching from. Or anybody who is there that we can see, right, as part of the live panel discussion. Dawood, what do you think this lady should do? Okay, so whilst they try to unmute and
Is
sort
that
them.
hello?
Okay, yes, please proceed.
Yeah. With this lady's situation, there are so many things to be considered, because one, she's pregnant, and two, I don't know what exactly she's going through in the family house. And if not because of the pregnancy issue, we could have even said that, oh, she can even, the money she's going to use for all this wood or the container thing, yeah, she can use it to finish one of the bedroom down and then move in. And secondly, we don't even know where exactly the building is at. This new coming. So in her situation, my opinion is if she can just endure whatever she's going through in the family house, give birth, and then as time goes on, she can figure out what to do, because I don't even know if she's with somebody who is even supporting her in any way. You understand? If maybe she has a man, then a 1 bedroom done, and then I'm gonna go to work, support you, do whatever you do. But if it's her alone, then the best option is she has to just sit and then go to wherever she's facing. I know it's not easy, but she has to, because we all live in times that we don't have any option, but we have to just be in whatever we are. You understand? Because none of these options that she's saying is gonna, the baby first, though she's in, but the baby also first. She has to make sure the baby she's carrying is okay. So moving in an uncompleted building that we don't even know how far away it is from people, and a whole lot is involved here. So it's actually based on what kind of situation she's really in.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution, Mark. Again, if anyone wants to share their thoughts, you can just raise your hand so that we take note of you. So, Benjamin, I see your hand is raised. Please share your thoughts now.
Hello, good evening. Thank you very much. Okay, okay. It's a very painful story, like you said, but unfortunately, things. Okay, can you hear me, please? Yes, I was saying I share your views as well. It's so dangerous, it's risky as well. And going forward, you just mentioned something that before we do plan to build our houses, we should first of all look into all of these situations. Now, this lady is pressed now. I would want to suggest that she stays at where she is, like the previous caller just said. it's going to be so risky to move out. So the risk of her moving out is more than the risk of her living in her house now. No matter what is happening to her currently, she is better off at where she is. Now, she was asking for the price of containers and plywoods. That amount of money could be used for something else. The child and her health is better. She has a 5-bedroom house. God forbid, touch wood, anything happens to her in this situation, the 5-bedroom house is waste. So I would advise that, just like my brother or whoever just called right now, I think Mark or someone said she should stay put. Let her try to get herself in a good health. The 5-bedroom house can be there for the next 20 years. Nothing happens. But her moving into it, I strongly also advise against it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for your feedback. Building Ghana's future, do you have anything you'd want to say to that? Whilst you get ready, I'll read some of the live comments on the YouTube live. So we have Jeffrey says, I'm watching from California. Jeffrey, what's the situation? What's the mood like in California with all the fires? And how is the life for immigrants and all that? Entry Pinaman, I know it's not in Ghana, and I believe it's in the US. Says situations like these, before building, concentrate and finish first floor, just in case of emergency, you can move in. Really, really important. And Entry, what's the mood like where you are in the country where you are? Zimora says perhaps she could work on the lower level of her home instead of buying plywood or a container home. And then we have Hoshna Israel says, I like those pillows. Thank you very much. Edward Edu says, the only concern is that Trump and Musk are trying to fire more than 2 million employees. And yes, I am a federal worker and it is scary. Wow. Sorry about that. Hero the Legend says, great work. Keep it up, bro. Fantastic. So let's go to Building Ghana. So Building Ghana, you can talk now.
Hi, bro. How you doing? All right. Currently, I'm in Ghana. Um, Mostly, yeah. I lived in the States. Born in Ghana. I lived in the States. Moved back to Ghana now. All right. Is it better now? Okay. So, like I said, I was born in Ghana. Lived in the States for many years, and then moved back to Ghana with my family recently, almost 2 years now. So I'm at community. Okay. So I'm at community 25 right now. That's where I live. Um, but yeah, mostly I wanted to come on here to say thank you, because I do watch your videos, and I've learned a lot from it. So I wanted to take this chance to say thank you. I never really caught your name in your videos, so I don't know your name. Sorry, but
All right, thank
my
you,
name
thank
is
you,
Tim.
thank you so much, bro,
So
for the love. And my name is Frank. Thank you for watching and for all the nice words that you just said. We really appreciate it. And thank you for always watching the videos. We appreciate you guys. We don't take you guys for granted at all. Every day, every weekend, Sundays, you join, you're in the community, you contribute, you purchase solar cameras and stuff from us. You support the businesses that we bring onto the show. It's amazing what you guys are doing for us, and we want to say a very big thank you. Now we see another participant has joined the live. Hussein Idris, you're welcome, sir. Is there something you want to contribute to the topic? If yes, you can just unmute and then share your thoughts. Hussein?
Yeah, thank you very much, brothers. I hope everyone is fine. All right, I haven't heard the beginning of the full story, but the little thing that I heard, what I have to contribute is that anyone outside there who is trying to put up, just try and reach one side. Maybe, for example, like we normally like boys' quarters and other things. At least even if you put a boys' quarters, and in case of anything happen, you can even be managing there. and then continue. If things is better, later you can continue where you want to, or the main structure. You can continue there. I
Okay,
guess
so I
this
have I have a question for you, Idris. Have you built your own house? And did you run into financial challenges, and how did you navigate it?
for sure. I have been into a building for a couple of years now, because I also live in Italy once in a while. So I am into a three buildings now, three structure. So all of them, I haven't completed none of them yet, but I'm sure that if I go any of them, I can be able to stay there, because my aim is that I normally do all the plan foundation and raise one side, so that I'll finish that part anytime I can stay there and continue doing the rest. So all the properties that I have, that's what I did. I did. So anywhere I go, I don't find it difficult to get a place to stay. So
Okay,
I think maybe if
okay.
someone also to like the idea, maybe they can benefit from it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
feedback. So I
Yeah.
have a question from the live chat, which is from Zimora. Zimora says, how far along is she in her pregnancy? Is she in an abusive relationship? Sometimes to leave is the best for her and the baby's safety. So more details would be needed. Now, for anyone who is wondering, this is the topic of the day that you are seeing on your
Yeah.
screen currently. We have one of our subscribers on Instagram who sent us this message. And she says, hello, please, I need an advice. I have an uncompleted 5-bedroom house around Amasamine. I'm at floor level, that's 2 bedroom down and 3 up. And I want to desperately move from where I stay now, which is my family house.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of getting some plywood and build a small place, but I'm pregnant and financially down. Should I go rent or build a small place with some plywood? And how much will it cost if I should build that, like a plywood 1-bedroom house? Or I should get a container house for the meantime? And if yes, how much? And that's the question that we are trying to answer for this cherished viewer on Instagram. And so if you want to join the live to share your thoughts, maybe the advice that you are going to give is going to help her in this desperate situation, I'm sure she would be really grateful. Benjamin, I see your hand is up. You can unmute your mic and then share your thoughts.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me, please? Okay, our brother Hussein just spoke, and I love his contributions. But like he just, our brother Hussein just spoke. I love his contributions, but there is one thing that is missing from the story. You see, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of details that are out there that we do not have online now. For example, the lady's financial situation. Is she capable of saving, let's say, 10,000 cedis a month or 20,000 cedis a month? We have no idea. But we just know that she has been able to put up a 5-bedroom house. We don't know even how many years it took her to put that 5-bedroom house. So it's as if we are flying blind. Now, from the information we have, I am still suggesting that it is not safe for her. Life is more paramount than any other thing we can do. Luckily for our brother Hussein, probably he has the funds to do all these other things. He has confessed that or confirmed that he has 3 other buildings. For all you know, she doesn't have a single building to her name. That is why she's living where she is. So for all good and purpose, I think it's more advisable that she remains where she is and start sorting things out. To leave now, I can confirm that with all the situations she's going through, she's in a safe place. She's in a roofed house. She has people around her. If there's an emergency, she has family members, no matter other circumstances around her. If she leaves and spends the first $5,000 even in making her house. Somebody pointed out that for security reasons, and I think you also mentioned that construction site, she should not move to where the 5-bedroom house is. She should remain where she is. If she has money on her, she should put herself, into a very good situation, whether health-wise or whatever, delivery is 9 months maximum. If she's 6 months pregnant, she has 3, 5, 6 months to, give birth and do whatever she wants to do. So the fact that we do not have a financial background, we don't know her standings with her relationship, whether she's in a good marriage, an abusive marriage, all those things are hidden from us. I will still want to maintain that she remains where she is for her life, for the life, and suffer whatever it is for now, for the next 1 year, and then she can move on from there. I'm very sure she's an industrious woman who can take care of herself. So I want to disagree with Brother Hussein that she should, do something in the house. We don't know her financial standings. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
all right. Thank you very much, Benjamin. Black Babs, you are welcome. We can see it's daylight, so you are somewhere in USA or Canada or somewhere. Please tell us where you're watching from, and then share your thoughts on the discussion for today. We can't hear you, so kindly unmute. Huh? We can see you are trying to
Okay,
talk.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good evening. Yes. So I'm Whitney. I am currently in San Antonio, Texas. My thoughts on I guess the deportation. I mean, it's hard. I'm sure it's a hard thing for people to deal with. I mean, especially for the people that's been here for years and they have families, created families here in the States, or they're working to try to get a better life for themselves. So yeah, that is a hard thing to deal with. But in the same at the same time, it's like you have to make sure when you come into a different country, you're taking the right ways to make sure you're safe and you're secure to be able to continue to work, so that way you can continue to build your life. So it's like pros and cons to it. um but yeah, it is a sad situation, and I'm starting to see a lot of Black Americans there opening up and wanting to move out to different countries.
Wow. So, if you got the opportunity to move to another country just because of what is happening, would you leave the USA to another country yourself? And what does that look like for you? Is Ghana an option? Would you consider coming to Ghana
Yeah.
or Nigeria or something of the sort? Let us know. Please unmute and tell us.
So I would definitely say I would look into moving out the country. I do feel like the cost of living is becoming ridiculous. These deportations, it's like a lot of things going on. And I don't know if you heard about the flights and stuff that causing a lot of people to lose their lives lately. It's just a lot of things moving so fast. And we just started this new year with, this new president. But yeah, I would definitely be open to moving to a different country. I actually already own land in Ghana. I'm just pretty much working on trying to make sure I have a source of income. If I do, whenever I do decide to come full time, I want to make sure I have a source of income.
Fantastic. We wish you all the very best, and we are so grateful for you to share your thoughts. But I don't know if you heard the question of the day, where we had a lady who is heavily pregnant and she wants to move out of her family house in Ghana. She has an uncompleted building that she's working on, but her money is finished and she needs to move out. So she's thinking of starting a small wooden structure to live in, or to get a container home. What would you advise someone like that to do? Would you advise her to go rent a different place, stay with a friend considering she's pregnant, or should she go for like a loan to complete a building project?
Well, I mean, alone in Ghana is probably not going to be sustainable for her. I mean, unless she got like business going on and she got that source of income, that probably wouldn't work. I know Ghanaians try to kind of stay away from that. As far as her being a woman, your mental peace is everything. I mean, here in the US, they build all kinds of structures. Like, I love the way the homes are built in Ghana. To me, it's more sturdier, but I can definitely say we probably get hit with a lot more hurricanes, a lot more crazy weather here in the Texas area, and they build these homes with wood with no problem. Really bothering her, yeah, she probably should try to get out on her own if she can afford to do a container, or build something wood or whatever. Like, if it's just temporarily, she can do that. I mean, and when she get herself together, I mean, she can build something that she feels is like more reasonable for her and her child. But yeah, I mean, I went through a similar situation, and I recently had to leave my marriage, and I'm starting back over on my own. So I get it, but it just depends where she at financially, and also where her mental health is, because it is important for a woman.
Well, sorry about your marital situation. We pray you'd be able to sort it out. You look like a beautiful soul, so we pray everything works out for you. And yeah, Nana Dalston, we see you also joined. You want to contribute to any of the things we are talking about?
But even before that,
Yeah.
I think, or I believe that at least she should have one good friend
Yeah.
that she can move in with.
Okay.
At least for the time being, because she definitely needs somebody to
Be around her.
while she's
Yeah.
pregnant,
Yeah, really,
even
really
if she's going to do the container house or whatever, she certainly cannot be alone around this time.
Yeah.
Part of the reasons why I think that they are saying that she should stay in the house is probably because of her situation, right? Because if something happens, there's obviously going to be one person in the family house who would overlook like all the bad blood and everything and take care of her. But if she leaves now and she goes to stay alone, right? Even if she goes to rent alone, it's still sort of risky, at least from what I think, because she's pregnant. But I believe she has like, at least if she doesn't have one good friend, which I think in this life, everybody should have at least one good friend, for things like this. Yeah.
All right, really, really
Yeah,
important.
I
Nana,
agree. That makes
thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. I thought I'd just quickly chime in on the question for the day as well. So with regards to her moving into that uncompleted property, I wouldn't think that would be such a good idea, because obviously logistically, I mean, it's an uncompleted building. It's open to elements. We don't know if there's electricity, water, and the rest of it. So that wouldn't be such a very good thing to do. And so, just like what the previous callers, said, it would be in her own interest to stay put, get through the pregnancy, and then hopefully things somewhat take a good turn, and then she obviously moves into that property. But for now, it wouldn't be such a good thing to move into an uncompleted building. Logistically, no utilities open to the elements. You could easily get attacked, all sorts. So that wouldn't be such a good thing to do.
Okay, thank you so much for your feedback, Nana. Really, really important. Now, would you advise she does like a plywood house like she wants to do? Because plywood is a very cheap material, and I'm guessing that's the reason why she wants to go in for plywood to complete something quickly. So Nana, come in, then we move to Benjamin quickly on this.
So again, question with regards to putting up something very, very basic. Again, I wouldn't think again it makes financial sense. I take it she's very desperate. So temporary structures, if you get what I mean. So if she can just endure for the time being, and get through the pregnancy, I know it's difficult and I know it's easier said than done, but if she could somewhat just endure and then go through whatever she's going through and then get through and then, get herself back together, hopefully things could take a good turn.
Really, really important point. Thank you. So Benji, I see your hand is up. Please proceed. Yes, we can hear you. Please proceed.
Two-story.
She's building a
Very
5-bedroom
good.
house, ground floor, first floor.
Very good. Now, this is my suggestion. She could go through you, African Building Hub, okay? Put it on market, let somebody rent the ground part and give her a substantial amount of money, and then she takes the top. Somebody is willing, if depending on the location of the house now. So somebody is out here looking for use into a shop or whatever. She can also sell half of the house, like sell it outright, probably the ground floor for somebody to use as their business, and she can use that money to, prepare the top or whatever. I don't know, but that is another option on the table for me for now. I just thought about it. If I was in that circumstance, like my wife is pregnant and all this stuff, you should give the not rent, probably renting, but you could actually sell it out and then have a substantial amount of money and develop the top.
Okay, thank you so much for that feedback. Really makes sense. So she could just sell and then maybe build something smaller instead of putting up the
Yeah.
dream 5-bedroom house that she set out to
Yeah.
build. And I think it does make a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense. So anyone else on the live chat who wants to contribute to this topic or the topic about the immigration issue in the USA, for me, if anybody is unfortunate enough, right, to be deported,
Yeah.
I think there are certain implications, right? When you are moving to Ghana, if you've lived in the US for more than 20 years, 30 years, and you've not been in Ghana
Yeah.
during that period, things in Ghana have changed.
Yeah.
The
Very
reality
much.
in the US is completely different from the reality in Ghana
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
And there are things that you need to know to avoid some of the pitfalls.
Yeah.
If you have family to support you, maybe whilst you were there, you were sending some money, I'm sure some people will be willing to
Yeah.
help you.
Things they know and things they need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were not really helping family and friends, you might find that people may have moved on
Shy
in
away
life
from
without
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Right. And regardless, whatever it is, I think your life is still in your hands.
Yeah.
Like life is not over
It's not too
because you've
late
been
to start.
deported.
Yeah.
One, if you have some savings,
Yeah.
and just for anybody who will be deported, God forbid, right? I think you should be able to start moving some funds to Ghana.
Yeah.
Because I hear when the immigration and customs enforcement team, the ICE
Yeah.
team, they meet you, they don't even allow you to go back
To
home
pack anything.
to pack anything.
Straight.
They just take you to a detention place
Wow.
whilst they prepare you everything. Then when they get a needed number of people, they put them on the military flight, send them to their
Yes.
various countries. So
Okay.
you may not be able to go home and say, oh, you are fixing your accounts and all those things. You need to have a plan in place. If you are watching this video and you think potentially
Yeah.
you could fall into this category,
Yeah, you can start
Put things in
buying.
place.
Yeah, start buying lands at the outskirts of Accra. Go to Ibri, buy land. Start something small before. Put some money, send some money home, and start something. So that in the likely event, we don't pray that you get deported, but in the likely event that you so happen to be found, because I hear that there are people who even have documents that are mistakenly caught in the crossfire as well. And even when they try to explain, they're not listening.
Yeah.
So start something. So even when you come back, right, there's something you have, maybe like a business, a farm.
Yeah, a farm. I
farm,
think
yeah.
a farm is something that everybody should do, right? Even if you don't want to build a house because of the trust issues
Yeah.
with relatives and stuff like that. A farm is the basic. If you can get someone to look after your farm for you, you have lands, acres of land, it can move. Like it can bring you a
Yeah.
source of income. If you have someone you trust
Yeah.
that can manage it. And if you are unfortunate and you're being deported and you come to Ghana, I think the easiest route is to get land not in Accra.
Yeah.
Accra is overly expensive, overhyped, overrated, and all that. Ibri, Eastern region, Volta
Yeah,
region,
Volta, yeah.
really peaceful areas. Buy land and start something small. Like this lady, don't build a 5-bedroom house. Put up maybe a 1-bedroom house that you can quickly
yeah.
move into,
Yeah.
and then start planning your life on how to integrate into the economy and the society,
Yeah.
and then find your feet in
Yeah.
what you
so,
can
so
do.
apparently 4 years ago was Trump's first term.
So
was it
no,
four-
7 years ago. In
was
fact,
his
this is not the
yeah.
first time
Yeah.
that this is happening, and
So-
I think it's good for us to go and watch this video because this is not the first time that this is happening. In 2017, right, there were 75 Ghanaians who were deported from the USA. 75 of our brothers and sisters were deported. You are laughing, but I'm not sure those people were laughing.
Yeah, I don't want to know how it feels, to ever be deported.
Yeah, I also don't want to know how it feels like to be deported. But and that was also a Trump presidency.
Yeah.
And these were Ghanaians that were deported, 75. Now, I hear currently the target or the quota for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement team is to arrest and detain at least 1,500 people each day.
And ideally, it's like, let's say if it's running for like 2 weeks, right? So meaning that every single day from
Every
Sunday
single
to
day.
Sunday,
And across all the states in America.
they need 1,005 people to go back home.
To be arrested and
ideally
essentially
take you back
taken
home.
home. Yeah. The plan, if you watch the statistics on this particular video right here, right? If you watch the statistics from the report that was shared over here, there are 3,228 Ghanaians who have been earmarked for deportation.
Yeah.
Whether you are a criminal or you came in illegally.
Safe to say that I believe that my Ghanaian brothers are not criminals and sisters are not criminals.
Yeah,
right?
they are not criminals.
Yeah.
Maybe they just went. There was a time where people were going in the names of other people and working in the names of other people and all that. Those people could be caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
And I've seen on the WhatsApp community, a lot of people are doing this Nigeria, Ghana thing. Please, you don't have any evidence to substantiate your claims that the list of Ghanaians are Nigerians. Let's stop that thing. Right, we are all Africans. We are all South. If you tally the total number of even Africans being deported here, Somalia 4,090. Help me calculate. Mauritania 3,822. Nigeria 3,690. Ghana 3,228. Guinea 1,457. And this is just the first page.
Yeah.
Right. If you even tally these, I believe this number is like 20,000 cities, if I'm not mistaken. Or pretty close to 20,000. So 10,000, 13, 14, around
15,287.
Right. So close to 20,000 people. And one person could be a breadwinner for like 20 people. So lots of families are being affected here. So let's stop this whole discussion about as Nigerians, as Ghanaians, and let's focus on
a bunch of the claim, right? People are saying that it's Nigerians with Ghanaian passports.
No. Let's stop that discussion. Even if as Nigerians with Ghanaian passports, it means that fundamentally there's an issue in Ghana. Our borders are weak. Our enforcement that we keep talking about is very, very weak. And so we need to look at that. Marina says once she sells the house and land, she may well never be able to buy land in the future. Really good point. That's another thing, right? Because in Ghana, if you sell your land today, buying another
tomorrow.
So like I get people offering to come and buy my house, but my concern is if I sell the house right now, where to even go and get the land is super expensive. And I've been going around looking at houses for sale, and they are way more expensive than what I'm selling my house for. We saw a 5-bedroom house with a shop in front of it whilst we were doing like a documentary. And how much was that 5-bedroom house?
Around like 500,000.
Pretty close to that. And I would say with authority and all boldness that my house is nicer than that house.
That house was built like a long time ago.
Yeah, it looks like a 20-year-old house.
Yeah.
And they are selling it for so much. Right? So I'm thinking, even if I sell my house, I can't go and buy another house. Let's read some of the comments. Fred Gibbs says, Ghanaians will blame their entire problem on Nigerians. Please, if you're enjoying this live, we beg you, just click like, share, and subscribe. It tells YouTube that this content is good. This content is worth watching. Let me go to my people on the live. Let's get ready to wrap up this show. So if you have anything else you want to contribute to the discussion, just raise your hand and I'm going to call you. Now, before we wrap up though, we also have something that we want to, share, especially on the prices of building materials today, right? So we want to share the prices of building materials. and we have that also here. So we one of our team members got a quotation,
Yeah.
and this quotation was for POP ceiling, right? And just a minute, let me get that up. Oh, what's happening? Please bear with us. We'll sort it out. So one of our team members got a quotation for a POP. It was a 252 square meter, 252 square meter, and the material. So just in case somebody is giving you like a quotation, use this to cross-check, right? So I'm going to read. The POP cement, one bag was quoted for 120 cedis.
Okay.
And the person needed 115 bags,
okay, which
amounts to 13,800.
Yeah.
Fiber, it's sold in kilos, and 1 kilo is 50 cedis.
Yeah.
And needed 200 kilos, which is 10,000 cedis. Plywood, one board was 520 cedis. Key soap, one bar is 30 cedis, needed 10 bars. Fried towel, 1 gallon is 150 cedis, needed 2 gallons, and then binding wire, one is 90 cedis, and transportation was 1,000 cedis. Total material cost was 26,680 cedis, and total workmanship was 10,080 cedis. So for a 250, let's say, square meter POP, the total cost was 36,000 plus Ghana cedis.
We need freight for POP.
Yeah, you need freight for POP.
So for the people that do not know, that will be probably surprised, like myself or maybe the other people. We need freight for POP.
Yeah, we have a video on that,
Yeah,
so
so
we can link it for them to watch.
Good.
Let's read the last couple of comments. Take the last feedback.
Even before that,
Yeah.
there's the minister designates, right, for foreign affairs, right?
Yeah,
Foreign affairs. Sorry. He has like a little thing for Ghanaians who may end up being deported. He says that you're not alone, and then they intend on making plans for you just so that when you come back, at least even as you are coming back, you know, you don't feel that kind of pressure.
Yeah,
you know,
you
so at least
can-
the good thing.
Yeah.
You get it.
All right, so thanks for sharing that. Let's read the last couple of comments. So Aaron says, 5-bedroom with store, $500,000 or Ghana cedis. Dollars, man. James says, Mariana says, the money she has to get a wooden structure or container, she should use it to complete a room and a bathroom and move into it. I think it also makes a lot of sense. So let's go to people on the live and hear their final thoughts, and then let's get ready to wrap up this live. So we would go around. We would begin with Benjamin. Benjamin, I see your hand is up, so you can just unmute and then share your thoughts.
Thank you. In summing up, I would want to let our brothers know that our brothers and sisters up there, the last time I made a comment on the page that the Americas were built by Africans. To say what history says. If we do have the time and then the love for our country, I think this is a blessing in disguise. We could do better. With these BRICS coming up, Africa being the next big thing in the next 50 years, some of us might be dead by then. I think it's hard time we start changing our mindset that we cannot do it. You see, we have been cooked and be shipped and be beaten into this situation that we cannot do anything on our own. It's so pathetic. Probably this is a very good, in the next 30 years, we have the best doctors in the world. We have the best workers in the world. Our mentality has just been deranged, and so if they come, let us show love. We can develop. Africa is the next big thing. So every disappointment comes a blessing. So they are all welcome here. And then I wish my sister well. I pray Godspeed. Let her find something to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Benjamin, for sharing your thoughts and also for sharing the link in the group. That's really amazing of you. God bless you. Mr. Idris Hussein, we want to hear your final thoughts. Then we move to Nana Dawson. Okay, so Idris dropped off. Nana, do you have any final words to say?
Yes. I think Benjamin touched on everything as well. I think all of this, turn of events in the world, it's just pointing to the fact that We need to do better as a people. You know, the West is no longer what it used to be, say 40, 50 years ago. I mean, everything has changed now. Inflation. I mean, it's, you know, there's a lot of opportunity, fair enough, but we can also do better, you know, and we have to do better. And, you know, hopefully these deportations, you know, it gets halted at a certain point, you know, and, you know, our brothers and sisters can sort of reorganize themselves properly and then, you know, repatriate properly, come back home and help develop home as well. You know, there's nowhere like home, end of the day. So yeah, that's all I can say for now.
Truly, there's nowhere like home, and we are so grateful to everybody who joined the live. We want to say thank you very much for everybody who liked and shared. If you want to join our community, just scan the QR code. And today the live has been super interesting with the different opinions, getting to see faces, and this is the format going forward. So if you want to join the community, scan the QR code. We just want to briefly say thank you to some of our sponsors who hold us down and help us to be able to bring you this live every single Sunday. First of all, we want to thank our security door partner, Doormaster. They are doing amazing for the people of the community. So if you want security doors to purchase, tell them you are coming from Africa Building Hub. They are going to give you a good deal. And then we have our own Africa Building Hub solar cameras to help you monitor your building project. So if you are building in Ghana and you want to purchase one of these, it is 3,300 cedis. Send us an email. Email is in the chat. Good friend Richard has pinned it in the chat, but it's also here, abh@abhcollabs.com.
Yeah.
We wish you a very blessed week, and we wish you a very blessed month of February. We pray your building project goes well. We pray your businesses go well. We pray that it's well with your family. We pray that everything that your hand finds to do is going to be blessed and really, really blessed. And above all, we wish you all the best in the coming week. And with this, we are going to say thank you so much for staying, and thanks, Bibre.
Thanks, Bibri.
Yes.